for the million miles and I never see. Oh, darling, hold me in your arms. Oh, baby. Oh, darling, I don't wanna die. Oh, baby.
Are you not entertained?
How's it going, guys? This is Cory, or my name's Cory, from the Relocating family. Shooting video in my car, obviously going solo at the moment. Family's inside. I actually just got home from running some errands. Kind of wanted to get you guys up to speed. If you're new to the channel, we are a Kansas family that relocated to Florida. My wife and my 2 kids, and the channel is all about answering questions about moving to Naples, Florida.
Nice.
Or anywhere in Florida, or just maybe throughout the country somewhere. Just kind of answering questions and kind of letting you guys know what it's like. And if you're on the fence about it, we are here to help. And so, unfortunately, as you guys can see on the beginning of the video, we had to take a trip back to Kansas, unfortunately, because my mom actually passed away sort of unexpectedly, and so not the best reason to have to go back to town or back to where we're from, but it was great to see family and friends and spend time with them. Not the best circumstances, of course, but try to make the best of it, I guess. And so we weren't expecting to go back to Kansas that soon, but that's what we did. And so while we were gone, we did miss Hurricane Elsa, or Tropical Storm Elsa. I believe it was upgraded to a Category 1 hurricane. So from what I heard, it was just a lot of rain. We could tell today at the beach that the beach was different. We obviously, we got back and we just had to get to the beach, got back yesterday. So that was on Thursday. Today is Friday. And so we just, we had to go to the beach and just kind of get our fill. We definitely missed it. And so hope you guys enjoyed the beach footage. One of the main reasons we moved here. But today's video is actually going to be about renting. We gotten several questions about renting, and kind of some of the pros and cons that we've experienced so far, only being 1 month. We have never rented before, so this is the first time that we've done that. And I think we would still say highly recommend doing that unless you absolutely know you want to live where you're moving and you have a job or something like that. But we don't have jobs, and so Shane and I are going to kind of go into some of the stuff that we've experienced here recently and just kind of answer those questions. So let me run in and grab her, and let's do this. All right, y'all, I'm about to get in some serious trouble. Just shot a video with Shanna and the microphone wasn't plugged in. So there was video but no audio, so I'm about to have to go ask her to shoot this segment again about renting to help you guys out. So here it goes. She's actually growling at me. So take 2. I'm pretty sure that's how our last video started. I screwed something up. Anyways, I didn't know the microphone was just barely sticking out and it didn't record any of our audio. So this video, as I said earlier, is about renting, kind of the pros and cons that we've kind of experienced so far. So we'll start with the pros. I'll let you start since you started last time.
Maintenance free. We have our lawn care and our pool care taken care of every week. So somebody comes and mows and services our pool completely, cleans it, does the chemicals.
If something breaks, what happens?
Something breaks. That's a little more
Well, I mean, that's a pro. Like, we don't have to pay for it.
Yeah, I mean, we have to put an order in through the property management company for them to send out somebody to fix anything.
Which leads to a con, but we'll go over that here in a minute. What else? What else is?
It gives you time to learn about your area. For us, we had never been to Naples, so I feel like it would have been a little silly for us to just say, we're going to buy this house, this is the neighborhood we want to be in, this is the school district we want to be in, without doing our research and living close by to learn about the area a little more in detail.
Right.
So it gives you an opportunity to learn about your area.
Not that there's anything wrong with, if you knew you had a job here and you wanted to buy a house. I mean, we get it, but in our situation, it just wasn't a good fit for us. Renting seemed like the bigger deal, or a better deal. Also, a lot of people, including realtors that we've talked to, have all told us it's smart to rent right now, just with everything that's crazy, and that's crazy throughout the country. So those are, I mean, honestly, we haven't been here that long, and we really have, we don't regret it. We're really happy. I mean, I think to rent you pay a little bit more. I guess that would be the only thing. Obviously people that rent their houses out are in it to make money. You can look at to rent a 3-bedroom. Well, ours is technically a 2-bedroom with a den. And the only difference between the den and a normal bedroom is it's 2 doors to go into the bedroom instead of 1. It has a closet, lights. It's just as big as our 2nd bedroom. So it's technically a 3-bedroom, but with the pool, you're going to pay more.
Yes.
With HOA fees, that's what you have to be careful of. Is sometimes when you look up rent, you're like, oh, that's great, but then there's HOA fees on top of that, so you have to be careful with that. I would say, there's probably some kind of a deal out there, but just in general, for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, you're looking at, or a 2-bedroom, 2-bath with a den, whatever, same thing. You're looking at anywhere from probably like $1,800 to, I mean, as much as you want to pay, but
$4,500.
yeah, depending on, I would say we saw some.
The big difference, especially in Florida, is like how close are you to the beach? If
Yeah.
you're beach, front property, you're gonna pay way more than being inland. Another thing is different communities have different amenities. So you may have a community pool or a community park, and you're gonna pay more in those fees than somebody that didn't have them would.
True. Yeah. So it really does depend, but make sure when you're looking, if you're renting, make sure you, or even buying a house, actually, make sure you're looking at what the HOA fees are. You might have a country club that you have to, donate to or whatever, or whatever. So not
HOA
donate, but
fees could literally double your house.
yeah, depending on
payment.
golf courses and things like that, it could be $800, $900, $1,200 a month, and then probably on up. I mean, those are just the ones that we were looking at. So anywhere from, I guess, $1,800 to $3,000, I think you could find something that you would think is nice, but obviously you could pay more depending on amenities and things like that.
Sure.
So now let's go to the cons.
The
cons. Well, going back to, yes, we don't have to pay for anything.
If something breaks, when you rent, you just call your property manager and you put in a service order. We have already had to do that a few times. It is a
Kind of
timely process that we've learned. So our washing machine went out about a month ago. Actually, tomorrow will be 1 month. We just got it yesterday.
Yeah.
It was a process. I had to put in the order that it broke. They had to send somebody out to say, yes, it's broke. Then they had to confirm that it wasn't under warranty. Then they had to get the actual homeowner on the phone and say, you need to go pick out a new one.
Then it's shipping to here and getting installed. And then the people that installed it, our very first wash were like, yes, finally, because we spent probably about $200 in laundromat fees throughout the month, and that's not even drying them.
No,
that was just to wash them. We brought them home and dried them. $200. It's crazy. They didn't take out the shipping bolts of the back of it, so when it washed, it did fine. But when it went to go into spin cycle, it literally shook the place.
Brand new
and that's
washing
exactly
machine.
what the other one did. So we're like, oh my gosh, we get a brand new one and it does the same thing. They didn't take out the bolts. We had to Google it, we found it, but it could have been another service call. And so our garage door opener isn't working. Service call. Our AC, they came out and fixed something that wasn't working quite right with it. In 2 weeks, it started doing the same thing again.
They had to come back.
Another service call. And so our AC wasn't working properly, things like that. So those are, and I honestly, in 1 month, that's a lot. So our house is very nice, very sound. So we don't think this is going to be a continuing thing.
No.
But it has been a big kind of a pain in the butt.
And for us, when we owned a home, if our washing machine would have went out or would have broke, we would have just went out, bought a new one that day. Because I do laundry every day.
Within a week, and somewhat had one in a week or two.
So we can't just act on things when they break.
Again, it's nice to not have to pay for it, but it's just the inconvenience of the communication of not knowing when things are going to happen. Probably the biggest biggest con
so far. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, other than that, we really enjoyed the process.
Maybe if you are someone that likes to
Like home decor,
Yeah,
DIY.
we got really fortunate. Our house is all neutral. We've talked, like, if we were to buy this actual property, I wouldn't change anything. It's very neutral. It would go with any decor. But if it were to have a crazy paint color when you rent, you can't paint that crazy paint color. You're just stuck with it.
Right.
So that would be a con, pending what your rental looked like, that you really can't make those big changes. You can't go tile a bathroom or put in a new countertop. So that could be a con. We just lucked out. Our rental is beautiful.
And the biggest con, and probably one of the biggest things that we haven't even shared on the channel yet, probably the biggest and hardest decision that we had to make, was there are not a lot of places that allow pets. And it doesn't matter what story you give them, they do not allow pets of any sort. And for dogs, if they do allow a dog, you're very lucky. But if they do, it's 40 pounds or less.
And
we
they
had a
weigh
lab.
them. Yeah,
we had a lab, and she cost us several houses that we did like, and we ended up
Couldn't
having
get
to
'em.
make the decision because our house had sold and we were cutting
It was
cutting
down to the
corners.
last week.
Yeah, we had
nowhere
to
move.
find a better home for our dog. And we did. We found a house with a family, and they had a couple pets. They lived out on 10 acres, and it was a good home for her. It was a good situation. We were blessed to be able to do it.
That was a really hard decision.
But our
to
kids
make.
were devastated, and it was a hard decision. It was the hardest decision we had to make. Honestly, that was the only thing that we really struggled with. And so my point to that is, make sure that you are prepared for that. Our kids were devastated, but they're doing fine now. They don't ask about her. Sure, they miss her, but you know, it got better. It got better. And so I had a buddy talk to me this weekend from back home, and he was just talking about how he loved what we were doing, and he's thought about doing it, and was kind of just playing out the scenarios. And it just we've heard this so many times, and our advice, well, maybe it's tough love, is there's never going to be the perfect scenario. There's never going to be like everything just worked out totally perfect. You didn't have to do anything hard. You're going to have to make a few tough decisions, but those decisions, in our case especially, they were worth it. They didn't seem like it. They seemed very hard. We wondered what we were doing, but our kids are adjusted. We're doing fine, and you just go for it. Wherever you're from, it'll always be there. You can always go home if you don't like it, but you'll never regret at least trying and saying, hey, I went for it. I thought it was going to be great, and it wasn't. When I moved back home, I'm, whatever. Or maybe you'll be like us so far, and we're like, we love it. We miss our family and our friends, but
we were in Kansas this past week, and we got home yesterday, and
it felt like home.
It felt so good to be home.
Yeah, it felt good.
No regrets.
So we miss our family and friends, and we've got family coming down soon and everything, but just go for it, man. Just go for it. If you want to come to Naples or this area and check it out, let us know. Hit us up in the messages, and we'll meet you at the beach or something and show you around and try to give you the best advice we can, or ask us right here. So hit that subscribe button. That helps us a lot. Just supporting the channel, letting us know we're helping, and let us know what questions or topics you guys have or want us to cover, and maybe we'll do a video on it. So
See ya.
catch you on the next one.